In the previous videos, we have learned about the decision making points. We talked about how to collect the data. Then we talked about how we clean the data and process the data. And then now finally we want to understand what is a data analysis. The communication part will be the next video. So the data analysis, you can do the data analysis in two ways. One is event series analysis and quantitative analysis. The event series analysis is pretty simple. It's just you want to search for a pattern and for extrapolate the data for future to see the predictions. Qualitative data analysis can be of many kinds. Qualitative data analysis can be descriptive, where you want to understand the main features of the large collection of data, the one that we wanted to understand from the landing data that we saw in the previous video. We wanted to understand the main features. Who are the customers? What are their age groups? What are their income levels? How many times they default? And all those kind of things. We just want to understand the features. Then we want to understand the confirmatory analysis. We can do the confirmation. We can either confirm or negate a hypothesis. For example, let's say there is a hypothesis of this country has a high default rate. From this data, we can either confirm it if the data is if the lending rates or default rates are high or low. And then we have exploratory data. So we want to understand the patterns or unknown relationships between in the data. Then we have inferential, where we want to understand we have smaller data and then we want to extrapolate it to a larger population. Then we have causal analysis, and then what happens if one variable is changed from one way to another way. So all these type of analysis can be done in Excel through the following three most powerful methods. One is we organize the data through pivot table and charts, and then we can do the descriptive analysis, confirmatory analysis, and then the exploratory analysis. So this we can understand the main features of the data summarized through charts or pivot tables or graphs, and then we can do that confirmatory through the pivot tables. We can understand is the hypothesis is negated or is extrapolated, and then we can understand the various relationships by tweaking the pivot tables here there. And then we can do regression analysis for forecasting, for the event series analysis, or for the inferential analysis, where we can use the smaller data to extrapolate to a larger population. And then we can do the causal analysis, means changing one variable to the another by doing the what if analysis or scenario managing. So we will be learning all these three things in our detailed course coming up for Excel, where we will be taking up a lot of examples like this landing data. Then we will having a sales data. We will create pivot tables, regression analysis, and what scenario managing, so that we can understand how these things work in the data analysis, and how we can do the inference, the decision making points. Thank you very much for looking. Next video will be on the graphical presentation of the data communication and analysis. Thank you. Hello and welcome to our course. In the previous videos, we learned about for the step 1, 2, 3, and 4 on understanding the objectives, how we collect the data, how we clean the data, what are the analysis techniques, and then now final step is on communicate and evaluate the data. So the communication and evaluation of data can be in the form of dashboards or in the form of graphs, in the form of tables. Let me show you an example of dashboard. So this is a dashboard of this one is I have got it from online webinar from my online training. This dashboard is about the sales of a company which is selling the products into different sales by different regions, by different brands, and then by 2 different sales managers. So this dashboard is essentially communicating the data analysis that has been done in this report. where you can see the sales by sales manager for each city. Then you have sales by brand, and you have sales by category. Here you have sales by each state in the all chains, then different brands, and then if you have different periods. So let's say you can select one period, then you will be able to see the transaction of 1 year. Then you can see the transaction of 2 years, transaction of another year, and then you can see by different each and individual state. So here is this is how they look at the data, and then you have the different products as well, different categories. Now how we gonna make this one is something we will learn in our detailed course, but essentially we first analyze the data, we convert into the pivot tables, and then from there we convert it into the different actionable formats based on our decision making points. So so finally we came through all the steps one by one. In my next course or upcoming videos, we will be looking at all these steps in more details, so that you can learn more. So subscribe now for this course, and then I look forward to do it together. Thank you very much.